A fresh wave of deadly violence has hit southern Syria, where armed gunmen were seen firing at buses carrying civilians out of the city of Sweida. The attack marks a disturbing escalation in what's rapidly becoming one of the most volatile sectarian conflicts since the fall of Bashar al-Assad. The violence pits members of the Druze minority against Bedouin tribes, with both sides accusing the other of mass killings, field executions and attacks on women and children. Here are the details.
Armed men were seen firing gunshots towards buses evacuating civilians from the Syrian city of Sweida on Tuesday. While it's not immediately clear who the gunmen were, it marked another escalation in the country's mounting sectarian violence. Local Bedouin people have been evacuating the predominantly Druze city of Sweida under a US-backed truce that was meant to end fighting that has killed hundreds. It's the latest turn after days of bloodshed between the Druze, a religious minority native to the area, and Syrian Bedouin tribes. Speaking to Reuters at a school sheltering displaced Bedouin in Dara province, Alia Hussein Al-Ali, a Bedouin woman from Sweida, described attacks by Druze militants.
They slaughtered our youth. Their bodies were left thrown on the ground. They started sniping us from over 100 meters away. They stormed our houses, and in the end, we fled out of fear. Some people were attacked on their own land.
A rights monitor said Friday victims included medical personnel, women and children, and both sides had conducted field executions. The violence worsened sharply after the arrival of government forces. Accounts to Reuters by a dozen residents of Sweida described friends and neighbors being shot at close range in their homes or in the streets. They said the killings were carried out by Syrian troops, identified by their fatigues and insignia. Syria's defense ministry said on Tuesday it would investigate shocking violations by people wearing military clothing. In a statement, it said there would be no tolerance for those who violated human rights in Sweida, even if the acts were committed by ministry forces. On Friday, Israel and Syria agreed to a ceasefire supported by Turkey, Jordan, and neighbors. That's after Israeli airstrikes last week struck Syrian government forces in the south and the defense ministry in Damascus. Israel said its goal was to protect the Druze and keep southern Syria demilitarized. The violence, some of the worst to hit Syria since the downfall of President Bashar al-Assad last year, has posed a major test for interim President Ahmed al-Sharaa, deepening fault lines in a country fractured by 14 years of war. Sharaa blamed the violence on outlaw groups and promised to protect the rights of Druze, whose faith is deemed heretical by some hardline Muslims.